Alright, YouTube, B Smokehouse back here with you. Today we're going to be doing a roasted garlic green onion beef sausage, right? So let's go over. Alright. So here are my numbers. One thing about me is usually when I've made sausage before, I usually wing it. That doesn't usually lead to the best results. So now what I've done using the master sausage ratios, my two chuck roast, because that's what we're doing today, is 475 pounds. I'm sorry, 4 pounds, 4.75 pounds, sorry about that. And these are the grams. Everything must be converted to grams. I also have one of these, which makes life easier. This is more accurate than your cup measurements. That's why we use these. Also down here you can see my fat. I went with a 25% fat, and here was the amount of grams, and here are all my other ingredients minus the mustard powder. I did not have that. So let's go over it. Of course, you see my green onion, my roasted garlic, granulated garlic, 16 mashed black pepper. This is going to be my binder. This is a non-fat dairy powdered milk. We've got kosher salt. We've got MSG, cayenne, onion powder, paprika, pink salt, and then I have my two casings. These are all natural casings, pork casings. They've been sitting in this solution of 1 cup of water to 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and they help the casings be more slippery. One of the issues is with a horn blowout, so your casings get caught on the horn and then they rip and tear. Then of course I have my gloves with inserts because this meat is very cold. One of the themes you'll see here once I start this is that I keep everything absolutely cold, from the fat to the actual meat. Now, this is my grinder. This is my stuffer. I just got this, so bear with me, guys. I got to figure out how it works. Not too difficult to work. I have been messing with it, but just bear with me. Give me a few minutes. I'll be back. Let me clear this area out so we can go ahead and get started. Stay tuned. One of the first things we're going to start with is we're getting our dry seasonings together. Granulated garlic in, black pepper in, kosher salt in, MSG in, cayenne in. Looking for a kick, but not too much. That's going to be really light heat on this. That was onion powder, paprika. We're going pink salt. The reason I'm using pink salt today is because when I smoke these are going to go for a true cold smoke for about 4 to 5 hours, 6 hours max. All right. So those are my dry seasonings. Let me get this mixed up and I'll be back once I have all this cleaned up. That's it. I think we're gonna leave this sausage really coarse. I like the coarse texture. I wanna make sure I get all that garlic in there. That's roasted garlic. Now, give me a little bit, I'll come back with you guys. We're gonna set this back in the fridge, let it make sure that it stays cold, and then I'll get to mixing in the seasonings. Stay tuned. All right, we're gonna try to go ahead and get the primary bind. Here's my seasonings. I'm going in. All right, so these seasonings have been having me coughing all morning, and they're fresh too. We're gonna mix until we have our bind. I do have my liquid component. Again, these was all measured out in grams by the weight of meat. It's the whole purpose behind these seasonings. I told you guys before that I usually wing it, and before that's gotten me inconsistent results. So that's where that master sausage making, the sausage making master recipe comes in as a base, and you can go off that and make your own type of sausages. So I want to make sure all this cure, all these seasonings gets absorbed by this meat, and we're gonna again try to get the primary bind. I think we're gonna go in with a little bit of water, guys, but I want to get most of the seasoning incorporated before I do. There's still a bit of seasoning here on the bottom. All right, gonna go in with a little bit. So when I finish doing this is gonna sit back into the refrigerator. It acts like a freezer. It's gonna sit there for a little bit, probably for a 30 minutes, an hour, and then I'm gonna come out here and get my stuffer ready with my casings. But we're gonna continue to mix this until that bind gets to where we want it. So what we want is, actually this is kind of already getting there, right? It's kind of what you want. I'm gonna mix a little bit more. A little bit more water. That's my liquid component. Inconsistent results, guys. I have made sausages before. I've kind of winged it. I've done some percentages and not done it that way through for everything that I'm adding in. And that had got me a dry crumbly sausage. It has got me where my skins on my casings don't pop. That's kind of what you want when you have a sausage, and that's whether it's fresh or cured, right? So we're gonna keep binding this. I'll be back when it gets to where I want it. We're just about there. Give me a few minutes. All right, guys, we're about there. Let me show you what I mean. So the whole point of mixing this by hand or mechanically is to create some protein extraction. We're there. Let me show you what I mean. So I've got some meat in my hand. I can hold it right side up, hold it upside down, and it doesn't fall. We're there. You can't overmix this. So this is gonna go back into my fridge. I'm going to get my casings ready to put on my horn, then I'll bring you back in. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we're gonna take this mixture and get it into here. I will tell you this. So I've had an all-in-one, right? A grinder and a stuffer. I've been hearing so many others that's making sausage on YouTube say, hey, get you a dedicated sausage stuffer. It makes things so much easier. So that's what I did. I got this one off of Amazon. I believe it was a few $100, I think like $139, and it had 5 stars. So we're gonna see this is my first time using it, so we're gonna see if I can do this without any hiccups. So we're gonna go ahead and start stuffing this in there. Now, I might not keep you on for this entire thing, but I'll bring you back in increments. You guys know how to do it. We're gonna stuff this in there, make sure we don't have any air pockets. And I like it because I like this size of a stuffer because it's considered small batch, right? And here at the house, I'm never making a 20, 25, 50 pound batch of sausage, all right? We're gonna try to fit all this in the... Actually, I'm not. We might come back. We'll put this in the fridge. Alright, that's gonna be about it. Put that in the fridge. Let me set it down here. Stay tuned, guys. Let me get this in the fridge. I'll be back. Alright, got you guys here with me. Let's load these casings. I'm going directly onto my my counter here. And let's see if we can get... Let's see how this works, guys. I haven't had good luck with these casings. Now, these are casings I got from Academy. I don't know if they were old, or I don't know if it was just me, but we're gonna see if the little trick with the baking soda, yeah, it seems to be working. They're going right on. Usually, when I have these, they would get caught, which cause some tears and rips, and that's of concern when we get meat in there, right? So there's one. We're only gonna do two. This for me really is a practice run. It's a practice run to see how well this stuffer works. And if I can do this, then there'll be many more sausage videos to come. You guys gotta excuse the noise in the background. She's deciding to vacuum as I shoot a video. But right now, we're gonna go ahead and get these stuffed. Hopefully I can do this in a fraction of the time than with the all-in-one. See, it's still getting caught up. See, I hope it doesn't do that when we start stuffing, and that's my only worry. So that bicarbonate soda, baking soda, helps this to not stick. And so far, I kind of like it, right? So far, the process has moved pretty fast. So we're going to advance this. Actually, let me get my light out the way. Let me get my light down here. We're going to advance this, and to what you want to see is your meat come out. So we know it's coming. There's water. Eee! That doesn't look right. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and get this casing tied off. I'm using a this is a regular knot, guys. Here. Boop. That's what you have it. Now, this is going to take me some getting used to, guys, so bear with me. And as we start, there we go. It works pretty good so far. I'm recording, Sienna. What do you want? So one of the other things I've been seeing to check for to make sure your case, see, we got a bit of air there, but that's fine. I can handle these with a prick, right? You squeeze them, you should still have an indentation. So far, I believe that the little tricks from what I've been watching on, specifically Two Guys in the Cooler, is actually working. I kind of like where this is going. So far, pretty good. So far, pretty good, and in a fraction of the time that it would normally take me. So that's gonna be it for that one. So we're gonna leave it. We're not gonna tie the ends yet. All right, so there's one. These casings aren't as long as I thought they were, but they'll work. Oh, that one tore. So we need to get some more. Alright, so now what we're going to do is back this up, and now we're going to fill it. Hopefully it doesn't get caught up. Got to get my angles right, guys. Next time you probably see me stuff a sausage, it'll be from a different angle, probably on my table. So far, I'm loving this stuffer. I can tell you it would take me probably an hour and a half, 2 hours using that all-in-one stuffer. Actually, that's the grinder that I was just using, guys. I can tell you, I like it. And from here on out, I will be using that baking soda trick. So we're gonna pull this out. Alright, that's all we're gonna do for today, guys. This other, I'll put it in the freezer and freeze it. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, let's see if we can get these twisted and knotted up, guys. So remember, the ends are good to go. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take one end. I'm gonna go about 6 inches. That's about the size of a normal length. We're gonna pinch. Alright, we're gonna go here and go 6 more inches. Then we're gonna go, oops, man, just had a blowout. That sucks. That sucks. There's a blowout, guys. So here's what we're gonna do. Gotta get rid of this. This will be my tester. Kind of blows. I think it's these casings, guys. So what I might do is just smoke it just like this. I think it's the casings. I'm gonna have to do a reboot and get some new casings. So I'm not mad about it. I can smell the sausage. I know it smells good. Alright. So here's what we're gonna do. In the meantime and in between time, I might still go ahead and try to link some of these up. My worry is that, again, these casings are a bit old. When I bought them, they were old. Let's see. So I see some air pockets in these. Let's get you situated. Some air pockets in there. There's one. Oop. Gotta get them all up out of there, guys. There's another. There's another. And so these are gonna sit in my fridge and let these casings dry out. That's what that cold air going across these is going to do. I like the way they're studded. You can see bits of green onion in these throughout the sausage. I like that. That lets me know that within every bite you'll get a bite of green onion. So let's see if this one will allow me to link. I don't understand, because just think it's the ages of the casings, guys. It's really something to pay attention to. Alright, so there's one. I'm gonna go here. Hopefully I don't get a blowout again. I don't know if I can take 2 blowouts today, guys. Alright. Alright, that's not looking too bad. Now this one's gonna go away from me. Alright, so not too bad. Maybe it was just me. But I still think those casings are a bit old. So here's what we're gonna do with this one. So we might give me a small one out of this. Baby!
What's up?
What you in there breathing hard for?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're just gonna push this one away. How much? Well, the twisting actually tightens these other sausages, so that's kind of what we're looking for. These are okay for me, and so we have some that's already twisted, so we're gonna leave those like they are. Let me get you a better shot. We're gonna call it right there. This one I'm just gonna leave in a circular link. I'm gonna tie the ends off. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, here's what our sausages are looking like. I like the color. If you go back and you look at the previous footage, the sausages, the color of the sausages were a bit lighter. They have darkened up, they have bloomed, and these casings have dried out from setting in the fridge. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get these on my pellet smoker on the smoke setting to pick up some good color. These are probably going to smoke for the next 3-4 hours. I'm only going to get some color, and then from there we're going to cook them all. Stay tuned. Alright guys, here's what we're looking like on those sausages. I just put them on here. These are going to smoke. This is not really a cold smoke. This is going to smoke for about 4 to 6 hours, guys. Just so we're going to come back and these are going to be a different color. Stay tuned. Let's see where we're at. Alright, this is about 3 hours in. Bringing that temperature up nice and slowly. We see we've got some fat rendering. However, we don't have all the fat rendering. That's kind of what you want. Bringing this temperature up slowly allows for the casing to still continue to dry out, and we know that because we can see the fat running on the outside of the casing, and to the touch it's dry, right? So we also have that pink salt in here. You want to give that pink salt time to work, hence the overnight rest inside of the fridge. I like where this is going. I like the colors that we're getting. We're going to continue to rock on for the next hour or two before I bring up that temp more to get these sausages cooked through and through. Stay tuned. Alright guys, excuse the winds if you guys can hear that. I'm not too sure if you can or not. But we're going to go ahead and start getting these out so I can bump up the heat on this pellet smoker. I've got ice water. Ice water helps you to tighten that casing back around that meat, right? And it also helps, look at that. It helps you get a snap. And it stops the cooking process, which stops that fat from leaching out. These are not too hot. Again, I started them really low and brought them up. Now, what we're going to do is kick up this pellet smoker, the temp on it, and then we're going to let them go for another 30 minutes or so. And then we're going to come back out and we're going to give these a taste test. They will stay in this ice bath for about 15 to 20 minutes, guys. So let's go ahead and let's go. It's about 250. I'll be back. Let me show you guys where we're at. I literally just put these on here. They're going to plump up. They're going to go for about 15, 20, 25 minutes. Hopefully we don't get any popping. And I'll bring you guys back for the taste test. Alright. My sausages are finished. Again, this is a roasted garlic green onion sausage. Look at the color on that. It's going to have some snap. Again, this is my first time really being successfully able to finish sausage. And again, it's that master ratio. So before I cut into this, let's talk about what we did. Alright, I had bought 2 chuck roasts that I then went ahead and I set them in my freezer for a bit so they can firm up. The point of one of the one of the purposes of sausage making is to keep everything cold. All right. Then I went ahead and gathered my garlic to roast. I got my green onions together. I also went ahead and got all my seasonings together. You can recap that also if you want to know exactly what I use. They'll be down below in the description. So I then put all the materials together, gave it a good mix to get a good primary bind. And here's what you're seeing now is the actual result of that. I've got some fat leaching out on the casing, but not too much. That's what that ice bath did. For this cook, I use specifically my pitboss pellet grill. I find that when holding those lower temperatures needed for sausage making, you get better results out of that than the actual, you know, smoker or the my Vevor itself. So let's go ahead and cut into this. Also, before I forget, you know, while closing this video out, if you haven't done so, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all the support. It's been astronomical. I look to go only one direction from here, and that is up. Let's go ahead and cut into this. I can tell you it smells absolutely delicious. You can smell the green onion. You can also smell that garlic. Ooh, that juice. So again, this is my first time actually using that stuffer as well. So my stuffing job could have been a bit better. But you can see the sausage is delicious, juicy, moist. Let's see what we got. You can smell it. It smells pretty good. Let's see what it tastes like. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Here's what I mean by that. Before I told you guys that my my saltiness was usually up there because I wasn't, you know, paying attention to the seasonings that I use. This time, taking a more measured approach. This is absolutely delicious sausage. Now, I could have worked on my bind a little bit more better. Also, I think when I fire these off next time, I'm going to use actual hot charcoals. You can see it's juicy. We've got some air pockets. I've got to work on that. And it may just be the sausage itself. However, I'm happy with my results. And the casing is snappy. Let's see if you guys can hear this. Pretty good. I like the flavor. For me, my first time actually legit using the master ratios and recipes to make sausage, I would call this a win. I can only get better from here. I appreciate your support. Thank you for staying tuned, and until next time, Beast Smokehouse out.